many young researchers work at your laboratories, and how do you evaluate their performance?
Oh, in the case of the lab in St. Petersburg, which is certainly a small part of the labs of the HSE, we are 8, and four and a half or 5 of them are, I would call as young researchers. And well, the performance, the evaluation is like in every academic institution the world around. I mean, it is essentially done by the publication process. I mean, the conference circuit, which means that when a young researcher is able to publish his or her research and be accepted in the best conferences and so forth, you know that he or she is successful, and your role as a senior in the lab is to help them to find good problems, help them to move away from what are bad problems, and sometimes you are lucky you work with them and jointly you write papers. I mean, which is the best part of being in a team like that. So there is nothing special in the way we evaluate them. It's like in any academic circle, really.
In total, in the lab there are 46 people or 45. Approximately 30 people are young people, and but we get different people even from the third year of undergrads, and they work, and as Herve said, that it is absolutely the same story. You see, they work, we write papers, some of them can write good papers, some of them more helping data collection, for instance. So this is very active work, and I think that it is very helpful for them also.
Okay, and the very last question. What, in your view, are the prospects for Russian young researchers as well in the global environment?
Yeah, it is true that, what one would hope nowadays is that the trend of the 90s and early 2000s, which was a trend of emigration when the Soviet system collapsed and was not really replaced for a while, there was a big hit to the Russian academic community, but to a certain extent it reconstituted itself abroad and remained in part Russian in character, which means that nowadays not only do you see some people from the Russian scientific diaspora coming back, at least part-time, in Russian labs and Russian universities, but you also now see that it becomes much more, the system here becomes much more integrated in the global system. For instance, I see that the High School of Economics, the new economic school, even the European European University in Petersburg, they participate in the global job market for economies, which means that they recruit there their new faculty, they send there their own students. So the prospects are very good. I mean, in the sense that the system has really recuperated, has been reorganized around new institutions. I'm talking in social sciences, and nowadays Russian is really part of the global system. I mean, it's not an issue anymore. I mean, you don't really think anymore in terms of immigration, not immigration. Just like a European from Germany can go and spend years in Spain or in the US or in Czechoslovakia. I mean, it's become part of the global game.
Okay. How do you see the prospect?
I completely agree. You see, Russian community is much more internationalized now comparing with the time when I started my scientific career. It was absolutely different. We even didn't think about to go abroad and work there, etc. Now it is internationalized, and on the other hand, you see, I gave an interview some years ago, and I wrote there that if country does not have a good algebra, it will have nothing. Meaning that, well, not algebra naturally, you can put there differential equations or whatever, meaning think that fundamental science is necessary, and I hope government understands this and will help young people, not only Russian young people, also to attract people from abroad to work here, to increase this very knowledge and values.